What if I told you that the majority of the fear that you're experiencing and the majority of the anger that you're experiencing actually has nothing to do with those emotions at all and is really all about grief? According to research in effective neuroscience, anger and fear are actually secondary emotions to protect us from feeling grief. Grief from loss, grief of not being seen or heard, grief from unmet needs in childhood, grief from rejection, betrayal, abandonment, or even who we thought we were supposed to be. I don't know about you, but I don't like to sit with grief. It feels heavy, it feels slow. I literally run from it, or I have been up until now, with social media, with drinking, with whatever, anything to distract me from having to face and feel this grief. Or I armor and protect myself by getting really angry. And how many times have you lashed out at somebody because you were really pissed off, only hours later to realize that you were actually real deeply hurt? Or had like a full-blown panic attack, or been like completely panicking with some kind of fear to figure out hours later or the next day that you were actually just really sad and sorrow, disappointment. An example for me in my own life is at bedtime. I start getting really angry at a certain time when people aren't listening to me and trying to get the kids to bed on time. And that's not how I want to end the day with my kids. But when I really dig into that and look deeply at it, I'm actually angry because I'm judging myself that I'm not a good mother, that I can't get my kids to bed at time. And underneath that judgment is this deep pain and grief. I know these things are programs. I know these things aren't true. But that's just one example of how anger is a mask for feeling the pain underneath it. And when we don't feel the grief and we avoid it and we just keep masking it, we're never able to let it go, and it affects our nervous system. Our nervous system stays dysregulated and we block our own healing. And I am an energy healer. I am a level 3 master Geolove sacred geometry energy healer, and I have to tell you, I didn't realize that I have been blocking my own healing up until now. I keep clearing my chakras and removing cords and doing all these things to raise my vibration, and then hours or sometimes just at the end of the day, my frequencies dropped way back down again. And I'm like, I do it again, and I do it again. And I was kind of getting like compulsive about cutting cords, clearing chakras. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. And it was only these last few days that I came to realize I have all of this deep repressed sorrow and grief that I'm not willing to face. And so of course it keeps coming back. I don't know if you've ever read The Letting Go Method from David Hawkins, but that book is incredible. It spells this out word for word, the way we face it and we feel it and we release it, which only takes 90 seconds. I'm not talking about sitting in it for days and weeks and months. So according to neuroscience, and I have witnessed this for myself, that when we allow ourselves to actually finally face and feel this grief and we release it, our whole entire nervous system begins to regulate. We move from the sympathetic nervous system, which is the fight or flight, into the parasympathetic nervous system, which is like the rest and digest. I'm sure you guys have heard of that. We have those two nervous systems. That's where healing happens, and that's where our frequency begins to rise. Facing our grief and feeling it and letting it go raises your vibration. I am literally witnessing this happen for me every day. And frequency is not just a spiritual term, it is also scientific. Our heart and our brain actually emit measurable scientific electromagnetic frequencies. And when we are in a state of peace and compassion and acceptance, our brain waves shift. Our heart rate variability actually increases. And those are the markers in science, the key markers in science to heart-brain coherency. So the next time you're feeling angry, I invite you to breathe into your heart space and consider the fact that you might not just be angry, you might be grieving something that you lost. You might not just really be afraid. Underneath that, you might actually be grieving something that is making you not feel safe. We acknowledge it without judgment. We let it rise and flow through our body without attaching to the story, just feeling the emotion abstractly by itself. If you want more guidance on exactly how to process your emotions and let them go in 90 seconds or less, check out this video right here. Grief is not our enemy. Grief is not the end. Grief is our opportunity for transformation. I'm Sarah Stone Love. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you to go look within, because all the answers truly are there. Please join me every week. I'll be sharing more content on how to step into your true authentic self. Rise above the programming. Align with your dreams, because your dreams matter. Your dreams are your purpose. And you know what? Me and you, we are absolutely worth it.